Hi everyone, welcome once again to another edition of Mission Briefing, our video newsletter for Rosny Seventh-day Adventist Church. Jesus taught that those who worship God would worship Him in spirit and in truth. Furthermore, in John chapter 8, He says, "You shall know the truth, and the truth shall make you free." And we believe in freedom, we believe in liberty, and as a church, the Seventh-day Adventist Church has always taken a strong position on the subject of religious liberty. We believe that people should be able to worship freely and worship according to the dictates of their conscience and of their heart. Some are wondering about our current circumstances, and it seems that more and more regulations are being placed upon us in terms of worship. Of course, because of the pandemic, we have had to social distance, which has meant that we have a limited capacity in our church buildings. We are registering as people come in because that's deemed necessary for contact tracing. And from May the 1st, the Tasmanian government is requiring that all businesses, including places of worship, will be required to use the Tasmanian government check-in app. Now, we'll put the details for all of that in the newsletter this week. And some are wondering, what does this mean? What if I don't have a smartphone? What if I don't have the app? And if you take a look at the website, you will notice that there are some details there that might be helpful for us. So one of the things is that if you do not possess a smartphone or the app, then you can still be registered by somebody else's device, or you might be able to be registered by a device that is held on the premises of that organisation. Or if there is not an app or a smartphone available, then you can still be signed in manually on paper. And so I just wanted to assure you of that as we approach the 1st of May, which is the time for bringing in this new regulation, that we will still be able to register those people who do not have a smartphone or an app. Some are wondering, do these regulations constitute persecution? Do they constitute an infringement upon religious liberty? At this stage, I would say no. We are free to worship, and we're glad about that. And of course, the Bible tells us that we should watch and we should keep our eye on the signs of the times. And certainly there is more regulation than there used to be 12 months ago. However, these regulations, of course, are across the board. They apply to all businesses. They apply to bars and restaurants and clubs and football clubs and cinemas and all sorts. So this isn't a religious issue, and it's not as though we are being discriminated against. And so at this stage, what we want to do is we want to be responsible citizens. We want to act in a way that is responsible within our own community and to the wider community, that we're taking this pandemic seriously. So thank you for checking out the details that will be in the newsletter. Thank you for cooperating in that registration process, and we'll bring you further news as it comes to hand. But thank you for your part in playing your part as a responsible citizen in our church. Now, this Sabbath at Rosny Seventh-day Adventist Church, Mark Falconer will be taking our service at 11 a.m. Mark, of course, was the former minister. I don't think I need to remind you of that, and he's our General Secretary at the conference, so we're delighted to be able to welcome Mark back, and I'm sure that you will be blessed as you hear the presentation that he has. Of course, Sabbath School begins at 9:30. We would want to encourage as many as possible to engage in Sabbath School, and of course we also have a prayer meeting at 8:30 a.m. if you would like to participate in that. So may God bless you as you gather together for worship this Sabbath at Rosny. Now, there are plans for a new Sabbath School class at Rosny that will begin on April 3. Tony and Janelle Voss are going to be leading out in a new Sabbath School class in the foyer of the church. It'll be the Connect Sabbath School class, and that's really for newcomers. It's for people who may be coming to the church for the first time, or they're relatively new to Rosny, and they will engage in a Bible study conversation that is a little bit different to the lesson. And we just want to encourage Tony and Janelle in that project. I'll be supporting them as much as I can when I'm there. But I want to let you know that in case you have visitors that you would like to bring to that class, that will begin at 9:30 on Sabbath morning in the foyer. the Connect Sabbath School class from April the 3rd. Now, I just want to remind you that our Leaders Retreat is coming up. It's going to be at the Spring Beach Youth Camp, and it will be from April 9 through 11. So if you would like to attend that Leaders Retreat, we will put the link in the newsletter once again, and you'll be able to register online if you wish. Also this week we have available the order forms so that you can register physically through the forms, and they should be available at church for you this week. So that's the Leaders Retreat, April 9 through 11 at Spring Beach. We hope that you will be able to make it. We're inviting, of course, all leaders to participate. Any members are also free to register, but there will be a limited number, so we would encourage you to register sooner rather than later, and we look forward to seeing many of you there. Now, a young lady from Glenorchy Church has begun an initiative which is a junior prayer meeting on Zoom. So if you are between the ages of 10 to 15 and you would like to participate in this Zoom prayer meeting for juniors, it takes place on Wednesday evening, 7:30 p.m. on Zoom. The ID number for that Zoom meeting will be in the newsletter, and we're inviting people from Glenorchy, from Rosny, anybody in that age group to participate in that junior prayer meeting. Annabella Dan Merica is leading out in that project, and we think it's a great initiative. So if you are between 10 and 15 and want to join that junior prayer meeting, details will be in the newsletter. Now, Pathfinder Expedition is always something to look forward to if you're a part of the Pathfinder group, and that will be taking place this weekend, March 26 to 28. Please contact your Pathfinder leader if you aren't up to date with all the details, but Pathfinder Expedition will take place this coming weekend, and we wish all the best to the Pathfinders and the leaders and the volunteers that are going out on that expedition. We pray that God will be with you and that you'll have a great time together on expedition. Finally, today I will leave you with the passage from Romans chapter 12, 16 through 18, which says this: "Be of the same mind toward one another. Do not set your mind on high things, but associate with the humble. Do not be wise in your own opinion. Repay no one evil for evil. Have regard for good things in the sight of all men. If it is possible, as much as depends on you, live peaceably with all men." May God bless you as you seek to walk with the Lord this week by faith.